All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to you. So it's live. I have opened up enrollment for my foundational astrology course, Mapping Your Timeline. This is a way of you taking charge, taking control of the energies that are going on instead of feeling like everything is just happening. Like, this is a way for you to work on your life and build the life you want. So, there's a link below if you want to jump onto that. There's some perks for jumping on in August. I am going to do a special Q&A just for those folks. All right, so there's that. Also, today in Pathfinders, we are going to be talking about unity consciousness. And one of the things that has to do, right, this is about inner union. And we can talk about it like, hey, I'm living in the 5D now. I also want to talk about it in terms of your generational mission, your individual mission. I'll give you some pointers in terms of your own astrology about how you find out what those things are. And if we're talking about moving into unity consciousness, you really do need to know about what your contracts are, your past life, energetic expressions in this life. All of those things will definitely be covered. Today we'll be talking about that in some depth, and I cover it in more depth in that astrology course, so FYI. Tomorrow in astrology, we'll be talking about the decans of each of the zodiac signs. So you might be surprised to know that if you're born early in Gemini, early in the time, that month period of time of Gemini, you're not the same kind of Gemini that's born in the late kind of Gemini or Leo or Virgo or anything like that. So check out the astrology group tomorrow. That's one of the things we'll be talking about. Magic, psychic, guides, earth. Okay. Wow. Have you asked for help? Have you asked for intervention in something? I feel like if you're looking around the world right now and you are feeling kind of helpless, you wouldn't be alone in that. And it's time for all of us to really ask out loud for some intervention. It really is. Or ask for opportunities for intervention for ourselves. I almost feel like the guides are saying, hey, I'm here if you want to invoke me. I'm here if you want me to help, if you want me to step in. We're here. This can also be, this is also really directed at star seeds, really directed at indigo children, crystal children, the generational mission and purpose to sort of bring alignment through asking for help from other beings, from other worlds, from other incarnations, from our ancestral lineage, from, it's like, hey, 5-alarm fire, all hands on deck. Okay, we're being asked to, each of us asked to engineer our own particular connection in order for there to be intervention. And whatever you see needs intervention, especially if you're feeling helpless or powerless right now. Fool, 10 of Cups, Judgment, Ace of Cups, wow, 5 of Cups. So this new path, I mean, essentially you're choosing fear or you're choosing love. And we've known this for a long time. But with this Fool and this Ace of Cups, there is a lot of opportunity right now for making those choices. We are at this crossroads. And in a bigger way than we have been. I feel like we've been at a crossroads for a few years now, but right now we're at, it's almost like a point of no return, right? Like, which are you going to choose here? The 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the 3 of Cups, Queen of Wands right in the middle there, 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. We are at the, numerologically speaking, we're kind of beyond the end here. We're like we're running out of runway. The Star card, the Devil card, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, I see it coming in. I see that there is energetic. Oh, I was going to say interference? Energetic expression. There's something blocking there's something blocking the step into the next level of consciousness for mankind. There's something blocking it. And it's like self-interest, it's money, it's a way of keeping people in chains. Okay, we've got that in this, and we're like, okay, we can go down this road of new beginnings right now. We can choose to go down this road of new beginnings right now. Something needs to get out of our way. And I feel like the spirit guides, I feel like the angelic realms, mystical realms, y'all are being asked to help us right now. You have to ask. You have to speak it out loud. You have to say it out loud. Okay, what is this Ten of Swords? Nine of Pentacles, Hanged Man, Four of Pentacles, and the Six of Swords. I keep getting this. There is a woman. This Queen of Wands, who could end this right now. Who could end all of the strife that you're seeing on the planet right now, all of the upheaval and the directional drive towards fear, control, coercive control, this divine, toxic masculinity that's being utilized to perpetrate things on the planet. And the feminine energy has, not just the feminine energy, maybe the collective feminine energy, but I feel like there's a high priestess specifically who has the power to stop this right now, immediately, can change things on a dime. Okay. This divine feminine collective, Three of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Hermit, and the Page of Pentacles. So something about a collaboration. So I'm seeing a single divine feminine, but I feel like this comes from power being given to this feminine from the collective of divine feminines. All the divine feminines on the planet, or all the divine feminines in this particular collective, or on this level of consciousness in this spiritual path, being brought together energetically to like give power to this divine feminine energy. I feel like this feminine feels very trapped and controlled right now. The Hanged Man and the Four of Pentacles. So for you guys, for all of us in the divine feminine collective, the more we lean into our divine feminine energetic expression, utilizing wisdom, utilizing love, not fear, sort of breaking the spell of fear. Oh, what is that? Breaking the spell of fear. Then there's like this alignment. Then it's like all of us are moving in the same direction. There's something about breaking the spell of fear. What is that? Breaking the spell of fear. Six of Wands. There she is, Queen of Swords, the Sun, and the Six of Pentacles. This is happening on the planet right now. A lot of craziness going on because of some karmic debt. All right, so there's some karmic debt here. I feel like this is very Plutonic in nature. So some of you who have worked with me in the past, especially I did a class on Pluto itself in our relationships, the Plutonic relationships, it's like karmic on steroids, okay? And Plutonic relationships, Pluto is about transformation, but it's really about dragging you through the underworld in order to get to the other side. And there's something about what's going on right now is we're in a very Plutonic, meaning Pluto is having a big say in this ending or not ending. Pluto in your birth chart is your soul's evolution. It's showing you. Neptune is consciousness, right? Neptune is that kind of nebulous consciousness. But Pluto is the actual soul. Okay. So we're talking about divine feminine soul energy. We're talking about individual soul energy, the collective soul energy. And I am feeling like there is something that is standing in the way of this next evolution. And there's more resistance to getting out of the way. Like, for some reason, immovable object. Okay. I mean, it can be, this is sort of like, look at the Six of Wands and this Queen of Swords. That is sort of like we're coming at each other like battle stations or something like that. I am seeing that. I feel like there is a message of wisdom coming from some particular divine feminine or some collective of the divine feminines. But it's going to end this chapter like done. They're eradicated. There is no coming back from this. There's no coming back from the Ten of Swords. And it does feel like there's a woman who can, or a divine feminine who can change the trajectory of this. So let's just bring it down to like individual kind of experiences. So there's definitely something here about wanting to go in a new direction in my life. I see 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Swords. I'm not seeing the 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands is about oppression. So the 10 of Pentacles is about, it's the Wall Street card. It's a lot of money. The 10 of Cups is about joyful happiness, fulfillment, recognition of, all of these gifts, like a very gratitude focused card. And then there's this 10 of Swords. And this 10 of Swords is like, never like, couldn't one sword have done this job? Like, do we need 10 swords? But there is something like the monster just keeps getting back up and back up and back up. Like, that's what's being asked of us. Like, you really need to put this down. And I mean that in an energetic way. Okay. Like, this energy of toxicity really needs to get laid low. And how that would get laid low is that we would no longer give our attention. We would no longer, it's sort of like a narcissist doesn't care if the attention is bad or good. It's just oxygen to them, whether it's bad or good. It doesn't matter. They don't care. They don't care. And this is kind of like the oxygen being gone from this. Taking all the oxygen away from this person or from this energy in your life. So you could have a very toxic ex or toxic parent or whatever it is. And it's time for you personally to ask for some divine intervention, because I feel like this is getting like kind of out of hand. This 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Swords. What's coming next is the 10 of Wands, oppression. And right now, there's resources, there's still ways, there's still channels. But this 10 of Swords, this person or this situation in your life needs to be snuffed out completely so that there can be a new conversation, right? The 8 of Wands here, a new healed conversation. So in other words, this is a sword, right? These are swords. So let's just say that you continue to call yourself the scapegoat of the family, or you continually give away your power or buy into scenarios in which you are dealing with people who have put you down, not, been very unkind, ungenerous, and you're like, I think I can turn them around today. I think I can turn. It's just sort of like, come on. Mars in Libra right now, and Mars doesn't like being in Libra right now, so ever, but it's going to be there till September 22nd. And so Mars basically says a little bit here of, I have to work within the boundaries of this relationship in order to eradicate it. Meaning, I'm not going to give them any more fuel. I'm not going to give them any more fire. I'm not going to give them any more attention. But I'm not going to do something that's going to get me in trouble. I'm not going to do something that is going to be outside of my own value system. I'm not going to do that. I am instead going to shift and see things differently, where I am going to take control. I'm going to take power back. So there's something here about you taking power back and being celebrated for it. Because it's really not the thing that keeps you connected to these people. Maybe this is family, maybe this is an ex, or, it's been patterned in your life. The thing that keeps you connected to them is hope. The hope that they will change, the hope that something else will happen. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Right? Insanity. So something different has to be employed. Some new strategy has to be employed. And it cannot be the same thing as you have been doing up until now. It will have to be the standing down of that foe, that enemy. It will have to be a standing up of speaking, of using your voice. It will have to be the embodiment of the unified divine feminine, where the divine feminine says, enough, mama bear energy. I feel like there is a divine feminine, maybe a collective of divine feminines, or one divine feminine that stands up and says, enough. And it's meaningful and it's purposeful. And this is the hope card here, a hope of like, oh, I hope it just changes. I hope this person just changes. No, enough voices coming at that person in that same energetic enough is going to be the thing. But it starts with this one feminine energy, this one divine feminine sort of stance. Okay, it starts with that. So this could be a singular person, or this could just be the energy of the divine feminine in your life, embodying that mama bear energy that says enough. Enough. Okay, so 8 of Wands is communication. So that's Uranus in Gemini, Mars in Libra, Pluto. Yeah, Pluto in Aquarius is the grand air trine that's going on right now. And a grand air trine is about how they all get each other. They all are kind of seeing each other. They're all on the same page kind of thing. And what that means is there's energy in the atmosphere, in the system that says, push forward. Use the energy of your ideas, of your voice, of your mind, as a collective to make change. Okay, use your voice and ask for divine intervention. 9 of Cups, 8 of Swords, 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. You will get what you want. It will require you to take the blinders off. Some of you have blinders about this person. Let's say this is a toxic family member or an ex or something. Some of you have blinders about this situation or person that says, oh, they're not really that bad. Or this is something that, every once in a while they're kind of nice. So they can't be as big of a toxic person as I'm making them out to be. So I completely gaslight myself, right? This is about you seeing that your child used those tactics to survive. But that's no longer an option. You're now a grown-ass person with a voice. You don't need that. You don't need to do placating. You don't need to be people pleasing. You don't need to be doing all these things. You need to ask for some help here from your guides, from angelic realms, from other worlds, from whatever you're connected to. It's time to ask for that help and ask for that divine feminine collective to be in this same energy, right? The air, the grand air trine, all of us getting the same idea at the same time and putting down this toxic masculine energy. Now, I'm not saying that this is a gender. I'm saying that any energy can be manipulated and controlled into something that's ugly and twisted. Any energy. And this is what we're dealing with right now. So in your life, you may have to say enough. You may have to exhibit that mama bear energy. Let's see where we go with this. All right, link is below if you want to continue on with me. I'm going to look at what we don't see coming. Let's talk about the next 30 days. See you over there. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.